Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, who made a career out of chasing Donald Trump, has now been indicted by a federal grand jury. The charges: bank fraud and making false statements to a financial institution over a 2020 mortgage on a Virginia home. The irony writes itself. The state's top prosecutor accused of lying on a notarized loan document. But behind the headlines, this case isn't just about paperwork. It's about power, politics, and whether justice still means the same thing depending on who you are. For anyone unfamiliar, Letitia James built her national profile by going after Trump org and the NRA, branding herself as a crusader against corruption. That career of moral clarity makes this indictment sting. Prosecutors in Virginia allege she checked the box claiming she'd live in the Norfolk property as her primary residence, a requirement for a favorable mortgage rate, even though she allegedly intended to rent it out. The U.S. Attorney's Office says she knowingly misrepresented her intent. The indictment even lists witnesses and a notary, meaning this wasn't some e-signature gone wrong. It was a sworn statement. If convicted, she's looking at up to 30 years per count and 7-figure fines. Now, here's where things get interesting. An attorney general knows exactly what a sworn declaration means. Signing mortgage paperwork that clearly states, I intend to occupy this property as my primary residence under penalty of perjury, isn't something you accidentally breeze through. She's surrounded by lawyers. She is a lawyer. So the idea that this was all a misunderstanding is a hard sell. But the defense will seize on one key fact: that before closing, she emailed her financial advisor stating that she intended to rent out the home and not live in it. That disclosure, while not exonerating her, absolutely muddies the waters, because intent, not outcome, is the heart of any fraud case. If she put her true plan in writing, that gives jurors a path to reasonable doubt. Still, optics matter. When a top law enforcement officer signs off on false residency paperwork, witnessed and notarized, it looks deliberate. If a civilian did the same, Letitia James' office would call it fraud. When the state's top cop does it, suddenly it's just a clerical misunderstanding. Then there's the backdrop. Multiple outlets confirmed that Trump allies had been pressuring the Justice Department for months to look into James. The previous U.S. attorney reportedly declined to pursue it, then got replaced by a Trump-aligned appointee, Lindsay Halligan, who did sign the indictment. Add in a DOJ document typo listing Brooklyn, New Jersey as her address. And this already feels like a political knife fight carried out on legal letterhead. If this prosecution is being used as a payback tool, it's a dangerous precedent. But if the evidence shows that she falsified documents, that's still a self-inflicted wound. Our justice system is starting to resemble the very same banana republic behavior that both sides accuse the other of: weaponizing indictments, leaks, and selective outrage. Voters and juries are left asking the same question: is anyone still playing by the rules, or just using them when convenient? Letitia James now stands on the other side of the podium she once commanded, and whether she's guilty or not, the damage is already done to her credibility and to public faith in the idea that justice can still be blind. Maybe this is karma. Maybe it's politics. Either way, the message is clear. The higher your office, the fewer mistakes you get to call mistakes. This was the Ledger Brief, where I read the fine print so you don't have to. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe to the Ledger Brief and share it, because accountability shouldn't depend on party lines.